Welcome to Modern Homestead Alaska. I'm Jessica. Very happy Vlogmas. That is where we take you along every day in our style of vlogs and just share what we're doing through the month of December. And we've made it to the final room that I have trashed while cleaning out the rest of the house and getting everything ready for Christmas. And now it is time to deal with the pantry. So that is what we are going to be doing today. I hope you choose to join us. I have ended up with piles in here of things that are going to go to the giveaway. Bags up here. This room also holds our washer and dryer, so I'm going to get some laundry going for my grandmother. I like to wash her stuff separate because she's always been very particular on her clothing, and we don't want to wash it with Wyatt's stuff, which is often covered in gas and diesel and oil and gross things as well. So I keep their laundry separate, but we're going to start by just cleaning up these areas and tackling this room. We have all of this left from butchering the cow, and we are making an entire space to store the things we need for butchering. Hope, dream, prayers that we will eventually have that kitchen out in the shop that we'll be able to process everything for. But I just can't have it's such big cutting boards and bowls and totes and storage buckets and all of that that are required for processing animals. So this is all got to get moved to the basement. I haven't even moved Angles. Here we go. Let's fill a trash bag while we're at it. I don't know if I am alone in this. I'm hoping to inspire you. Get into that room that you're afraid of tackling. It probably won't take half as long as what you think it will. But when everything is in my way, I find that I just stack and stack and stack. And now I'm to the point of going, I have to get through. So I have an abundance of some jars now. So I'm going to move some of these to the basement as well. We do need to get to doing some winter canning. All right, now we can swap the washer and dryer. I am out of towels in the kitchen again. I just bleached a load of all of G-Mom's towels and everything that goes in the kitchen. I think one of the things that we're taught, if you watch any of those cleaning inspiration channels, which maybe you didn't come here for that and you don't watch those, but one of the things they teach you is when you do the laundry, do it all the way. Do the load from start to finish, from the washer to the dryer, and then fully put away. But these baskets up here that you see are some of my favorites because they hold things that are easy. Like here's a rag. I'm going to toss that in. I toss Wyatt's socks in this one, and then he comes through and matches the socks. So anything I can cut down time on, it really, really helps in keeping things nice and tidy. So we'll get this folded up and put all the way away. Because this room is also the laundry room, I did take the time the last couple of weeks and we washed all of our winter gear. So hung everything to dry from snow pants to jackets, the whole 9 yards. I don't store them here, and so I'm going to get all of these out and put in the right places. have just bounced around this room today. I'm mostly working on things down here near the floor or way up high. You saw me doing some stuff back over in these areas. I wanted to get everything dusted on top of these really high shelves, cleaning all of it up, tidying, and it's pretty amazing what we've been able to go through already in this pantry this year. And I'm just reminded that it will be a year in January that we had buckled down and really lived off of our pantry and did all of those fun things. And then heading back into that season, I'm wondering, am I worried? Am I not? What are my thoughts? I have been using a ton of canned items this last month, so I bring this stuff up out of the basement to work through them, and I've been doing really well. This was all kind of chaotic, spread out, and then I just lined it all back up. There's some soups that need to be ate through, some fruits, some things like that. This was completely full of like pickles and condiments and things like that. That is being ate through, and so I'm pretty excited because what I would like to do before the end of the month, probably not as part of Vlogmas, but before the end of the month, we'll do a final stock, and then we'll just eat off of the pantry, what we have up here and down in the basement for months. So that is the goal, is to stock it all up and then eat off the pantry, stock it all up and eat off the pantry. But this room was totally destroyed from emptying everything in it throughout the Christmas decorating, getting everything ready. If you hear, I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm just wearing my cleaning clothes and I'm gonna finish. So I do want to dust and go through and finish this space though. Success! Okay, I managed to tackle this pantry right on down to the floor, and that is something that I thought I would share a little bit about. And one of the things that we do on this channel is pantry stock ups and canning and preserving and all of that different stuff that goes along with that as part of the homestead. And it is an actual job. To keep a pantry this size, to keep a homestead pantry, is literally a ton of additional work. And in the process of doing that work, here, I can shut off the dryer for just a minute. In the process of everything that we do, so this is a bunch of freeze-dried things up here, and some teas and tinctures, all of that. This is kind of a fruit rack, cherries and apples, apple sauces. And then what we do when we go through a jar is it's supposed to go back where it came from, so I know where the empty jars are, but that's not what always happens. But here's some of the things we're gonna start working through in January and December. I try to go to the store as little as possible. It's a long way, it's super expensive, and it's not the most enjoyable thing. And so having a large stock allows me to not have to go very often. But I was just kind of walking you through a little bit of what we have going on here. We have the beans that we turn into refried beans, strawberry rhubarb jam, collards, some pickled and then regular, just canned beets. This is our leaf lard. We have tomatoes that we canned up. This is spaghetti sauce with meat. Oh, some more collards and so on. This is the new, oh, love it. This is the new set of pans Erin got me for our anniversary, and then I just keep all of the enameled cast iron in here. On the bottom here is the big stock pots, and then on the very, very bottom there, I went ahead and cleaned those out. These are ready to refill with anything like oatmeals and ramen or just to go snacks, granola, all of that. I don't know if the camera is picking up the vacuum is running upstairs. Anyway, I am not the only one that works around here, believe it or not. I record myself, therefore everyone else doesn't walk around with a camera. But here we go. So these are the condiment shelves. I'd like to fill this in this month of December, and then the cans. I want to keep going through the cans, restocking the cans so that we are working through those long before expirations. We did a ton of work. This is moose and chicken broth. We need to get to the beef bones to do beef bone broth. And then we have some canned smoked salmon and then some more chicken. So canned chicken, chicken broth. Then down here we have some beans, some peaches, then lots of empty jars we need to get working on. Some pickled things, the potatoes. How many do we have left? Three jars of potatoes, some soup. So my friend gave me this Crisco. It's old, but it will make emergency candles. So I just have that there. On this rack is where I keep. So we have everything from palm fruit shortening to vegetable glycerin, some honey, some vinegars. So it's kind of oils and vinegars there. And then some packaged things down here, whether that's a cake mix and icings or some of these boxed soups or suddenly salads. Just quick, easy things my family might grab. Some rice sides. I think I'll just finish walking you through. So what do I keep up here? So I keep cleaning things, but mostly it's OxyClean, baking soda, washing soda, borax, the carpet cleaner. I have a weird odds and ends. So I have a thing with dishes. If I don't use the dish, I needed to get rid of it. And that's a handful of dishes that I don't want to get rid of. So I hang on to them because I have learned about trying to stay more tidy and keep on top of stuff is if you don't use it, get rid of it. And if you love it, the beautiful dishes, your wedding china, whatever, use them. Like what? It all makes sense in my head. If we own it, we should use it. So then we keep things here like, the food sealers and the harvest rate sealers, and then some additional Ziplocs and foil, anything like that that's too big to go into the kitchen. And then this last cabinet, all of this is dog stuff, and then all of that is emergency candles. Now, I save the jars, and then we'll make emergency candles out of those jars. And then on the very, very top there is just overflow storage, big bowls, things that are too big for the kitchen. All right, and then this is the laundry related, everything from bleach and something to throw things out of Wyatt's pockets into. This is all mop heads, cleaning rags. Like these are rags that you can use on anything. And then the socks. This is now I have 2 buckets. So I have been going through things. I have lots and lots of empty buckets now, and that is a good thing. We don't need to be overflowed. This is all odds and ends that I keep in the pantry of drinks. So everything from teas to different coffees, all sorts of coffees, some apple cider, anything like that. It's just nice to be able to walk in here, grab something, get something hot to drink, so on. I have my cleaning caddy that I drag around, and then these are some containers. They haven't found a home yet, but they are freezer meal prep type thing. And then this is the hanging rack. It was the only rack we had when we first built the house, so all of the coats and everything were here, but I put it as part of the laundry room so that I could hang up things to dry, and up top here we keep all sorts of stuff that have to do with the freeze dryer, waxing cheese, additional containers to put eggs in, you know, the normal stuff, and then cleaning things. But you'll see paint. This is the paint we're working on right now in January. I want to start doing the whole house, touch up, the trim, the ceilings, everything, and paint freezes here. It destroys the paint, so I have to find some place to keep it. It needs to go to the basement, but I don't just set it in the garage where it could freeze. I need to actually carry it all the way down instead of just setting it there. So now this side is pantry, and let's just start up top. So, there's all kinds of vanilla and honey and homemade vanillas and alcohols to make things with. These are our ice cream topping rack, and then bags of honey. This honey comes from Hawaii. And then lots of jams and jellies. My goal is to get the jams and jellies over here to stop overdoing that, but we end up making so many of them, and then I get gifted them. Like these are brand new gift of blueberry jam from Destiny's family. All right, that was Cody calling me in the middle of it. So then I have some grains in the grinder, and then some additional overflow things like turbinado sugar, so on. When I grind an abundance of grains, I just throw the already ground ones in this bucket. I don't even know where I was at with this tour. So I think I was in this general section. I was talking about the buckets down here. So what we have is different grains that we can mill, or like barley we can turn into soup, things like that. Over here we have everything from beans, long grain white rice, different rices, quinoa, elbows. While I was cleaning today, I scooted all of these out and swept underneath them and mopped, and I put these back in the wrong spot. So this should all be scooted down. That is more einkorn and grains, then tea, oats, baking chips, sugars, flour, brown sugar. What happens in our pantry, if you're new around here, is we have 5-gallon buckets in the basement that fill the 2-gallon buckets. Some of these 2-gallon buckets fill some of the jars fill the other jars, and it's kind of a rotating, shifting pantry. And so let's jump over here as we cleaned this room today, and this is what we're doing, and this is what we have in here. Okay, so we call this our baking section here. So all the way up there are some like paper towels or anything like that, some plastic silverware, and some stuff for the barbecue. And then this is overflow pantry, baking items, dried fruit, cocoa powders, dried milk. This is some packaged like chocolates and puddings and honeys and syrups along those lines. And then this is dried fruits and nuts, and then baking items as well as dried fruits and nuts here. and then some nuts, and then our water glassed eggs. The chickens have been laying, so I also have some freeze-dried eggs back in here that we can turn into scrambled or use in baking mixes. And then in the center section, those 2 totes all the way up there, that is all pasta. And then here is rice and pastas. This is more jelly. And a bunch of those we just made this summer, this August. And then this, I got a whole case from Destiny's grandma. Those are Alaska wild things. High bush cranberries, rose hips, some raspberries, all the stuff that she went and foraged. She turned them into like a mixed berry type of jam. It's fantastic. Real mild flavored. And then this is beans and lentils, all the colors and kinds. The microwave, and then anything having to do with drinks. So teas, some syrups that go in drinks, some hot chocolates or Tangs or Kool-Aids. Anything along that lines kind of goes right here. And then this rack. So up there we have more pasta there, and then we have an overflow of sea salts, some pastas behind that, and then an overflow of like teas and drinks and things like that. And then this is all corn or big spices. So like there's cinnamon, dried lemon, and oranges, some mustard seeds to make homemade mustard, and then the rest of it is pretty much corn, cornmeal, those sort of things. Aaron's spice rack of just random spices that he buys. And then these are the smaller spices. And then these are the 1/2 gallons that fill the quart jars that are in the kitchen. And then these are our recent purchase from Azure. I need to get that all packaged away. And then this is just a hodgepodge wrap. I had to go deal with the dog. And that is it, friends. We cleaned our pantry. I gave you a little brief overview, a little tour of it, and that is what I have accomplished in my day. The whole house is put together, the whole house is cleaned back up, and I cannot thank you enough. I know that I've said it, and I don't know that you guys understand. Having made the daily videos, going through the house room by room, I have been encouraged off camera to clean out closets and do spaces that I didn't share, but really practice what I'm preaching, that sort of thing of taking my time and getting every single space finished and cleaned and pulled back together. And I cannot even find the words that I feel to thank you guys for showing up and watching these videos and giving me that motivation, that push, that encouragement to get these things done around the house. You mean the world to me. You really do. So I have a couple of spaces left. I have the garage and the basement. And at that point, the house would be completely tackled and ready for us to do like the touch-up paint. And I want a kitchen island table. We want to do a backsplash in there. We need to do some framework and electrical in the basement. We have all the drywall. We need to drywall the basement. We have some real big projects coming up. And I knew I couldn't tackle any of those this month. And normally that leads me into a place where I'm just sitting, kind of twiddle your thumbs, if you will. But instead of twiddling my thumbs this month, I dug in, went through things, took my time, did what I could each and every day as we've gone along through this entire Vlogmas video a day challenge. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself. Like, I can leave this room and say, oh, look, that room here that I showed you is clean and tidy and put together. It really is. The bathroom really is clean. The dining and areas, all of this is really, I keep it kind of dark. It gets dark early here. You know, there's a few cups and things that need washed. But really, it's because of you guys showing up and watching. It's because of you guys showing up and watching. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. It would really help our channel out. If you share the videos, like, comment, subscribe, all of those things help it to go, and it's totally free to you. So with that, I hope that you are blessed. I hope you find some encouragement and a reason to be grateful today as well. And I hope, upon hope, that you will come back for another video. Please come back. One more video. I know it's encouraging me. I hope that I'm encouraging you. I'll see you guys soon.